All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of The Capsule. I'm here with one of my oldest friends in the dance scene, and maybe one of my oldest current friends, B-Girl Roxanne Milliner. Today, we are going to talk about, Sophia, what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about Jay-Z saying that breaking is dead.
Yep.
We're going to talk about You Got Served 2 being announced.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the Oscar Hudson AI advert that came out that's not actually AI. Then what else are we going to talk about?
And we're going to talk about Body and Soul.
Oh, yeah, Body and Soul at Sadler's Wells that me and Sophia both went to see. And yeah, then we're going to jump over to Patreon. So yeah, read the disclaimer and catch you on the other side of the intro. Roxy's got sore throat, guys, so she's going to be seducing you with her jazz tones this episode. Okay, so Jay-Z said breaking is dead. Do we love him or do we hate him? So Sophia, do you want to tell us about the segment? What segment is this?
Yeah, so Jay-Z did an interview recently with GQ.
Yes.
No, GQ. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't sure.
This is the French version.
And basically talking about the pillars of hip-hop.
Yeah.
And like talking about how hip-hop is changing. And one of the statements was that basically because breaking was in the Olympics last year, breaking is now dead and is not anymore the forefront of like rap and hip-hop culture.
Yeah. And this is our timeout segment. So we have to decide if we're putting Jay-Z in timeout or not, basically. So, well, all right, before we don't go any deeper, what's your initial reaction to this? Did you see what he said?
No, I didn't see it until you told me.
Yeah.
I kind of have my head in the clouds a lot of the time, but yeah, I think he's got to go on a timeout. Because when's the last time breakers have been in rap videos anyway? Like, the more commercialized rap got, the further away from like its roots it got, and hip hop breaking has kind of been like one of the main elements actually holding it down for real hip hop for a long time. So then it got commercialized like a few times in its lifespan, and this is one of them. And it's like, cool, that's that, but there's real hip hop in breaking, and there's real jams, there's real events, there's real b-boys and b-girls, and if you don't know about that, then that's because you're super famous and rich and got lots, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that's a good point, actually. I hadn't thought of it that way. I think what I was thinking of, all right, so my kind of, not issue, but it's like, if we think of like the reasoning being like, oh, Jay-Z doesn't know hip hop culture. That's the thing I kind of push back on, of like, oh, Jay-Z's out of touch and he doesn't know hip hop culture. It's like, I don't know that, I mean, that's one way of thinking of it. Is like Jay-Z's so rich and famous that he's like not part of hip hop culture anymore. Or the other way to think about it, and this is kind of how I see it, is like maybe it's something in the recognition of these elements are not as intertwined and cohesive as we like to think they are.
Yeah.
Because like people always kind of and he kind of, it's hard to say he got it wrong, because you know he said about the 4 pillars, and he said like breaking, DJing, graffiti and battling. That's where he said the 4 pillars are. And the way like I've heard people describe the 4 pillars is not that, right? But they would include like rap, and then I think they say the 5th is knowledge or whatever. But we also have to like acknowledge that, like,
Acknowledge the knowledge.
Acknowledge the we have to have the knowledge to acknowledge. But is that like the way that in our scene that we see hip hop culture and the people that we're listening to, like, not hip hop culture is bigger than that. So like Jay-Z may think of it differently than in the dance scene how we think of it. The graffiti people may think of it completely differently. Like so, and especially like in the States, it's like they might have a different view of it. So all I was trying to say is like maybe it's something to acknowledge of like, okay, people see hip hop culture in different ways, and like I actually think it's like it's a bit, we were saying, me and Sophia were saying, it's a bit like the Timothy Chalamet comments. I don't know if you saw them. He basically, in an interview, made a joke being like, I don't want to work in like ballet or opera or these things that no one cares about and we have to keep them alive. And like everyone in ballet and opera got super offended and whatever. But I think it's like that. Is that he was kind of making a flippant comment and he didn't really mean it. But actually what he said was not like breaking is dead. Well, he did say breaking is dead, but he kind of said like, it's not at the forefront of rap anymore, which that part is kind of true. Like, and I don't think there's that much.
No,
What?
that's definitely true.
Yeah, no.
True for a long time.
Yeah, is it? So
Yeah.
that part is not false. It's just when he followed it up with, well, it was in the Olympics, so that's dead. That's the part that I think pissed everyone off. But it's like there's a partial truth to it, I guess. like,
Definitely.
that things have spread.
Yeah,
but
there's
of course we know
definitely
it's
truth
not
to
dead.
it.
Yeah,
For sure. But that's the same for rap. How many absolutely terrible, far from hip hop rappers are there that are famous and like what people still listen to? Like things just go through phases, and like we're just like, I feel like that was kind of an interesting phase for breaking. the whole way that went.
Yeah.
And I mean, the competitions like leading up to it and everything, the way that everything changed. Everything changes when you commercialize it. Like that's just like part and parcel of what like happens when you want money. You sell out a bit.
Yeah.
Or not. And then you keep it real. And a lot of people did keep it real and like not be involved with that side of it. But yeah, definitely a lot of truth to it. Because it was a lot. It has been a lot. And then the whole view of the Olympics has only been Ray Gun.
Yeah.
It's like, let's pick the person who came 16th out of 17 and focus on that instead of all of the people that were good.
But I mean, even to be honest, it's like I mean, there's a whole other topic almost, but like even taking breaking out of its kind of like, or any dance style out of its like environment, some things do look a bit crazy to the general. Like you have a sport that's now, like when you see ice skating, it's kind of like, all right, there's not so much a culture behind ice skating. So see them do the flips and they do some fucking like this, and you're like, okay, cool, that's part of the thing. And then you see breakers, and it's like they're like fucking like using their elbows to pretend to fight each other, and you're like, on the Olympic stage that looks crazy. Like when you see
I think it looks crazy anyway. Anyway, I'm like,
to be fair,
what am I doing?
you know, it's like if you're in a battle that's like a bit like the environment is a bit like rowdy and it's like a club, and then
it
it's like
makes
you see
sense.
two people talking shit the whole time, and then when that person goes, he's like you're like, all right, I see the rivalry, but then it's like, you know, the Olympics has different standards and stuff, so then it's like, you know, the competitor is just standing there like sometimes clapping, and then they go out on the floor and start like bah, 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 and it's like where is this, but they don't understand that where it's come from, and that's kind of part of the battling competition thing. But I think a lot of this stuff looks crazy out of context.
But I think that's been a lot of the problem from way before the Olympics. Like that's kind of always been, it's supposed to be like a real representation of your grimy feelings, not like, let's pretend that we're raw and we're from hip hop, and then you like when it's so far away from what it actually is, that's when it's a problem. And then it's just like those people have gotten better and better and better, and then kind of created a separate scene to like the actual hip hop scene. Which is why I'm saying it's not dead. It's like it's just kind of like a separate thing. And then there's a lot of people who cross over and like do both, which, you know, I try to do both sides. I mean, not much anymore, but like there is like, you can like step into both worlds, and it has come from actual hip hop, and it's popular for a reason, got accepted into like the Olympics because people actually like hip hop. But then you've got to make it PG, and you've got to like take away all of that, and then you've got to put it on a bigger stage because people need to see, and then you can't have all your hood rat friends standing in the back because it's the Olympics. So you lose all of that feeling. And then most of them, like the music's changed because it has to all be like licenses, all these rules that get added to it, which kind of take away all of that feeling, and then separate it, and then separate people enjoy that, and then the people who are kind of like hip hop are like, no, this is not relatable to me.
And I think in a way it's like I'm tempted to claim that it's like a valid thing to say, because he's not saying breaking is dead as in no one does it. He's saying in direct relationship to like hip hop culture, it's dead. And what you could say is like, if we accept that like these artists are the center of hip hop, that might in itself might be debatable. But it's like, if you then take everything that's moved out of, like it's moved away from each other kind of thing. Like for me, and again, maybe I'm going to get cussed for saying this, but it's like, when was the last time in our walk of life as dancers, right? Battles, jams, have you ever seen someone just casually graffitiing? Like, do you ever sit like, honestly, like, I'm not saying it's not part of what we do. Of course it's from the root, but it's like, I don't know anyone that like is an actual, I know people that like doodle graffiti and can do graffiti,
Yeah.
but people that is like an actual hobby of theirs that that are like in our scene that are like high level breakers that are also like, oh yeah, I can't tonight, I gotta go out fucking graffiti in. Like,
I mean, some of my crew.
do they?
Yeah.
Okay, then fair enough.
Yeah.
But wait,
but it's
States,
like
not here.
specifically like a graph writer. Like I am a hardcore graph writer.
Right.
And she also like is, but breaker, like hardcore.
Is it
sick
States
B-girl?
or here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was looking into it because I wanted to get into it. So I kind of know a couple of the graph artists, but it's like graph,
Less.
like in the world, like they're just in that graph world, and I had to like go and search for them and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's
you
like
see
it's
what I'm
very,
saying?
very, very, very niche and
Niche.
separate.
Exactly. And yeah, obviously I'm exaggerating, but
Yeah.
it's like in the same way that it's like, I used to know loads of beatboxers when I first started. Everyone would like there would be a beatbox performance.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's like and they have the World Beatbox Championships and
Yeah.
shit. That's like big. Like Hobbit was
Yeah,
around
yeah.
at Throwdown all the time. Now it's like we don't see him anymore.
Yeah.
Like we also don't really run into beatbox all the time. We don't run into graffiti artists. DJs, obviously we need them for what
Yeah.
we do. But it is something to acknowledge that the elements
Yeah,
are
the elements are really separate.
are separate.
I think it's also partly with the graph, the fact that it's illegal for the most part. So
Yeah.
they're like, we're not going to put our face out there like that.
Exactly. And like I think it's so interesting, this thing of like, I mean, this is a whole other thing that I keep getting cussed for on the internet of like saying stuff like this, but of like when we try and like solidify these pillars or whatever, it's like we're not acknowledging that things shifts. Like I had
Yeah.
friends that I used to play basketball with that were like from completely outside, let's say outside hip hop culture. They would be like, why isn't like street basketball and like skateboarding considered part of hip hop? Because it's like, for me, if you talk about actual culture,
Yeah.
they're as much pillars as graffitiing is. Like, like we were talking about Rucker Park. Like, I don't know if you know this basketball court in New York. So Rucker Park is like, I went there when I was in New York. It's in Harlem, right outside the station, and it's a really famous street basketball court. Like all the NBA players would go there in the summer, and it's like known for being hardcore. Like this is where you go, there's no rules or whatever, and then like Kobe would go there in the summers. Like it's really, really famous. And that is also, which I didn't know, but Kieran told me, is where like Light Feet was born, because they would like perform and do stuff in between the games and around that, and they would be hanging around the basketball players. So like basketball is like integral to like hip hop culture, like street basketball specifically. That's where a lot of like hip hop legends were, like all of these, like if you listen, now that I've said it, you're going to hear in rap songs, especially like older, like G Unit, the Locks, like Jadakiss, all these type of people, they always mention the Rucker, like, oh, at the Rucker, blah, blah. So it's like, why is that not a part of hip hop culture officially? But it's like, this is the problem when you try and officialize
Yeah,
things. It's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
things move and graffiti might come back in and you know, breaking might be more in music videos later, but it's just things are a bit shifty and it's not like set, I think.
Exactly, 100%. Right.
So I think this is maybe what Jay-Z was trying to get at, but also he's like, I don't care about offending the breaking community because he
course.
doesn't know
Yeah.
anyone. And
But I think he's doing it from like a like for me, it's like a music perspective. Like he's kind of like, that's his thing. So like that's why he focuses on. And even if he's part of hip hop culture, he's speaking from a music artist's point of view. And then there's also a part of me that thinks that like dancers are related to music. So like there might be a thing of like we're more linked to that world.
we
So,
need them more than they need us.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like there's also this aspect.
Yeah. So
I think there's some responsibility though for like if you're actually you love hip hop, you're a hip hop head, and you're the biggest, like one of the most successful hip hop heads. If you think that breaking is dead, then just like look. Generally, for the most part, you'll see Mandem in a rap video or Cheeks clapping in a video. You don't see breakers, but that's not because breakers are not breaking and breakers are not dope and they're not still here active. It's because that's what most people are choosing to put in their videos.
Oh, so you mean kind of like that he has a responsibility to, he can put it in
Yeah, he
videos
could.
if he
Yeah,
wanted to.
exactly. So like to say that it's like, you know, it's not there. It is there. You are just not like searching for it because like breakers listen to rap music, and then like, you know, people like Charlie Puth, beatboxers, and like, you know, have been to events where they like have graph writers at the event and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like we still involve it, But then obviously rap is just by far the most successful part of hip hop. So they kind of have more of a responsibility to include the other hip hop elements rather
Yeah.
than say it's dead when you've not done anything to showcase the part that is still alive and very, very much alive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it's like he was
So
more
put me in your music video, Jay-Z. Thank you very
basically is
much.
what we're trying to say. This is an audition. Yeah, I wonder if he's just saying like, you know, he considers I mean, when he said like hip hop, what did he exactly say? He's like it's he said it's not at the forefront of rap.
Yeah.
And then he says, well, breaking was in the Olympics, so that's dead. It's like he wasn't very clear because it's like
yeah. I don't know if it's the part of like, oh, because it's like kind of institutionalized,
Yeah.
then that's dead, or if it's really just about breaking. Is
yeah,
not
because
there,
I
so
think
it's
there's
dead.
one way of taking it is like he's saying breaking is dead, or he's saying like, well, that's dead. Like the way in London we would say that's dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's exactly saying it like that, but
Yeah.
he could be saying it's in the Olympics, so like we're done with it, kind of thing. Maybe that's what he was trying to say. And then
Yeah,
it's like
but-
an opinion of he's like, to me, like because it was in the Olympics, I no longer care about it.
But what about rap music? Is like literally the most commercial.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
things
yeah.
that
Which
were
is-
like-
but it's just a different argument depending on
Yeah.
what he meant, which is the same
Yeah.
as the Timothy Chalamet shit. Like we don't quite know what he meant, so we can argue over it all day. Not
Yeah.
that we're arguing, but
we need to bring Jay-Z on the pod.
yeah, Jay-Z, come on the pod and defend yourself in the breaking scene. But I guess I'll have you on if we have a free week. Reach out to my manager.
Yeah,
Like,
but
yeah.
like I agree with that partly, you know,
Yeah.
like obviously if you're like a real hip hop head and you're given the Olympic opportunity, I mean, you're going to do it anyway, but like I can understand like I say all the reasons for why it's like kind of separated from
Yeah.
the roots of hip hop. That's fine, but also like you were saying that it's the same with rap. You just would listen to the real hip hop heads rather than listening to or saying that every rapper is or like the whole rap scene is dead because there's certain commercialized rappers and then certain
Yeah.
real hip hop heads. It's like it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, he did say a couple of other things in the interview. Like he was like, you know, the DJ used to be the forefront of hip hop. It used to be like Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith or whatever. And he's like, you don't know anyone's DJ anymore. You don't know who's Drake's DJ, who's like this person, which is that's also fair. Like,
That's true. Yeah.
and it's like almost now you've got the producer more than you know the DJ because it's like less about the live show. Like we know who Drake's producer is. We know who Kendrick's producers are. Like because of we listen to it more than we go to see stuff live, I guess. Or like maybe even at the live shows, like they're not.
But again, get your DJ then.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
put
yeah,
his name in your track, and then
Yeah.
like you're one of the greatest like
Yeah.
rap artists of all
But-
time, and you can set a trend, and then
Yeah.
you keep hip hop alive in the sense that you like
But I
want it.
think the only other
Or not.
No, but the only other thing I would say is like, for example, like back when we were probably like, I don't know, early 20s or whatever.
Oh,
you-
last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry. Back when I was you last year, me a while ago, 15 years ago. But like it used to be this era of like the snap your fingers, do you? And like everyone was wearing like baseball caps and like long white tees and Air Force Ones and like baggy jeans. Like this was like the cool look. So you had a white tee and the big baggy jeans and stuff. And it's like now if somebody wore like a long white tee or something, you'd be like, what do you think you are in fucking 2001 kind of thing? like we want the newest kind of freshest stuff, right? So I wonder if for them, like breaking, like having a breaker in the video is kind of, it's become a symbol of like the 80s and 90s. And now if they look at it, it's the same as us wearing, you know what I mean? Or like having there was the era of wearing like a basketball jersey over a white top. And it's like, oh, that's that era. That's like makes you think of like Dipset in the like 2010s or something.
Yeah, but it takes a trendsetter type of person and one of the biggest
Yeah.
people to kind of show that breaking doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
Breakers don't dress the same. They don't break the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
And they're like, you know, like if you look at people like Gully Squad, they're like a real representation of hip hop. They're like young.
Yeah.
They're people who like the youngsters of our day and age would look at and be like, oh, they're cool. And they break that way. So it's like, again, like I say, that's still kind of a responsibility that falls on people for not including them, like because you're still having that closed-minded
Yeah.
like mindset of like, yeah, that's from the 80s and that's
Yeah.
tracksuits and
I think also that my only other kind of defense, not a defense of Jay-Z, but is like that we also have to accept, like, because we're a niche subculture, we have to accept that the outside public are never going to know everything about our...
Yeah.
Like, after Fast and the Furious, so many people made fun of those cars with the low rider than the neons underneath. But it's like, for some people, that's their whole life. And they're like, I'm a car tuner and I take this
Yeah.
seriously. And in Japan, there's this and we have a culture. But we were like, oh, look at the fucking Fast and the Furious car. Like, everybody does it to each other. This is kind of the thing, I think. Like, there was that comedian we spoke about. Were you there for that pod? That he was like making fun of breaking. And he was like, it was fucking funny, I have to say, but he was like, breaking is like, he was like, it's really cool, but it's just one of those things that like no one cares about it. It's just like, as in like, he's like, oh, look what I can do. I can do this and I can do this. It's like, oh, cool. Like, and what else? It's like, well, yeah, it's kind of just that. I just kind of do this. And it's like, well, and what else happens? I don't know. I kind of eat the guy's heart. And then it's just like Kevin Hart made jokes about it because it is kind of funny from an outside perspective. That it's like, I think we also have to accept that, like,
Yeah.
if you don't know everything about what we do, it's going to look crazy. Same as we make fun of fucking curling every time the Olympics comes on.
True.
Every time it comes on, we're like, oh, look, they're fucking brushing the ice, these fucking losers. Like, and it's like, for them, like, again, it's probably someone's whole life that we're laughing at, but, you know, they probably feel how we feel. It's like, you know.
100%. I totally agree with that. But just a real hip hop head saying that is like, no, you've got a bigger responsibility than everyone else. I was talking to this kid on the flight. He's like 19.
Yeah.
He was like, so what do you do? And I was like, I'm a dancer. He's like, oh, what kind of dancing? I was like, break dancing. He didn't stop laughing for like 10 minutes. I was like, why is it so funny?
Fuck. That is
And then
funny.
he like looked at my Instagram and saw my videos and he's just like crying. He's like, it's really good.
Still laughing. I thought
It's so good.
I thought when he saw it, he would be like, oh, no, okay, that's legit. No, he
And
just
you
kept
get
laughing.
people that are just like, but why? What do you do though? Like, you just do that. Like, what do people pay you?
Yeah, that is
Do you
funny.
put your hat out?
But I love being able to laugh at ourselves, like,
Yeah.
and everyone else. Like, if we laugh at fucking, it's like you saw the thing Kev's Kitchen went viral of like, it's like, yo, you gotta be able to laugh at that. If we can laugh when other people's shit go viral, like,
Yeah.
you know, fuck it, it's all fun and games.
Just don't laugh.
That's so stupid.
Just don't laugh at you. So let's pull up Roxy's videos. Cool. So the answer to the question of are we putting Jay-Z in timeout? What do you
Yes.
think? Yeah. It's a little timeout.
A little time out.
A long
yeah.
timeout. Big timeout. Not a big timeout. Just a little 5 minutes. Go think about what you've
Just
done.
medium sized.
Just a medium. Go sit in the corner and think about what you've done
Yeah.
for 10 minutes and then you can come back and be a part of what we do again. Then
He's
you
allowed,
can-
he's
we'll let
allowed
you
to
come
have
to a battle.
Instagram so he can do a little bit of breaking research.
Yeah. Jay-Z, look up some breakers and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode of the pod. What else we got,
Still
Sophia?
love you though.
Well, talking about hip hop culture, another part of hip hop culture is You Got Served.
Oh, fucking You Got Served, man.
And
All right.
You Got Served 2 was announced.
You Got Served 2 was announced, unfortunately. So Sophia hasn't seen You Got Served because this was...
What? Why are you putting me on the spot like
because
that? I
you
was
said,
not going to
I'm
say
nervous, I
it.
don't want to say that I haven't
Because
seen it.
I
on
was...
the pod, so- There you
I'm
go.
also
I've seen
nervous
loads
and
of
I don't
clips,
wanna
does it
say on the
count?
pod that I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it ever or you've saw it but you forgot
I've
it?
seen pieces of it.
Okay.
Same.
But have you seen like Step Up? Do you tend to watch these movies?
Yeah, of course I
No,
have.
he hasn't seen any of this shit. That's fine. No, Step Up, the first one I liked. The rest was not that good.
I watched the one that Brooke was in, but that was like
Oh
before
my
I
God,
started
street
dancing, I
dance.
think.
Were we on that? Did we go to that? No, we weren't on that together. That was like Ruthless Days. The Street Dance 3D thing, the first one.
Oh,
Were we
that was
there
like
backstage?
right before I started dancing.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We were in Ruthless when I had been dancing for about 6 months.
Really? Yeah. All right, let's save those stories for the Patreon. So You Got Served is a movie from, can you look up the year that it was released?
Yeah.
I want to say 2006
I think it's like 20 years.
or 5, 2005?
2004.
Oh, that was close. Okay. Movie from 2004 starring Omarion and Marcus Houston. Do you remember Marcus Houston, singer? Yeah. And yeah, it was like it was about crews that battled, and it was like a bit cheesy. All right, here's the story of the movie is like it's a dance battle crew thing, and these two guys are in one crew. But like the side story is like the guy gets like kind of caught up with this drug dealer, and he starts delivering drugs for him, and because he needs to make money or whatever, he gets jumped, and then he owes the guy the money, and it's like, how is he going to get this money? So they like
Mad.
do these like big battles as a crew to like get the money back or whatever. And then there's like some like one guy like flips on them and teaches the other team all their moves and stuff like that. So here's the thing about You Got Served. I fucking loved it when it was before I started dancing, 2004, so it's 3 years before I even ever first started dancing. I loved it, but it is objectively a bad movie. let's start there, right? It's not good. It's like nostalgia wise, I love it. And the music is like, I was saying to Sophia, like Pump It Up came from that movie, Drop, Fat Man Scoop came from that movie. So these are all songs that are like made for that movie that we've like at some point or another have like used in the scene. But the movie itself is cheesy as shit, and like there's some really, it's like funny if you watch some of the things, like so cheesy. Some of the dialogue is terrible or whatever, but it's like the dance is not bad. Like some of the routines are a bit like cheeseballs now that we're 2026, but it's not. It was like at the time it was like the most like, oh shit, they're actually dancing. And like, to be fair, some of the stuff in it is not like a full clear popping round or a hip hop round now like we have in the battle scene, but you're like, for a commercial movie that was in cinemas, like they're actually dancing kind of thing, and the routines are like, all right, there's some cheese in here, but it's kind of cool.
Most of the dance in dance movies is kind of good. I feel like it's like the only part that saves most of the movies.
Although I feel like some of the later like step ups and stuff, I find it got a bit like cheesy, but yeah, I guess maybe it's not too bad actually,
Because they'll get good dancers
Yeah.
that like can't act maybe.
and then they'll get a choreographer that that's my career. Well, that's how like Sophia Boutella got into like movies and stuff. She started as a dancer. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. But so yeah, that's the thing where You Got Served, and I think there was some good choreographers in it. I loved like Marcus Houston and Omarion. Like I still do. I think they're dope. And like Omarion's been, to his credit, has been like training his ass off. Like he trains with like Slim Boogie and stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, like I guess in LA. I don't think he's like ever gonna battle or whatever, but he has been like working on his dance, and he's like Omarion and B2K are doing a tour at the moment. Or I think they've started their tour already, so they're like kind of bringing back all their.
Do you want to go?
Well, yeah, I'm down if they come to London. Hook us up, guys. Although I just said your movie was shit. But yeah, all that to say is don't bring it back 20 years later, please. Thank you. It's going to be shit. Like, this is the thing, like Space
They're
Jam.
having
did
the
you see
same the same people in it. Is it?
No, I can't. They're all going to be 50. Like, I think it's going to, I don't know anything about it. I just saw it got announced, right? And Marcus Houston's doing a little press tour about it. To be fair, he spoke about, Nora and Yara and Rosa from Netherlands.
Yeah.
Like, the interview was like bringing them up because there's people that are dancing now that are dope. He brought up like Le Twins, obviously, and then it was like these girls from Holland, and they were like, oh yeah, I've seen them, they're dope. So it's kind of nice that they're talking about
Nice.
dances and stuff. But I just think like, Space Jam was like one of my favorite movies, still is. But then the Space Jam 2 with LeBron was fucking terrible.
I literally didn't even know it existed. Number 2.
It was so bad. And it's like, I know what they're going to do is like, they're going to try and, rather than do a whole new story with like up-to-date dance and blah, blah,
Yeah.
they're going to try and recapture the magic of the original. But the original was only magic because we were fucking 14. And it's like, if you're 14, that stuff is cool. Oh, fucking drug dealer and yeah, like, I don't know, like just over the top acting and cool shit. But it's like, the younger generation who would find that shit cool don't remember the original You Got Served. And we are old enough now that we've seen good acting. Like, I've just, seen a fucking Leonardo DiCaprio film and I'm into it. And I'm like, and now I'm going to go see some pop star probably. Like, they're going to get, I'm sure it's like,
Chris Brown, come on.
Yeah, they said they reached out to Tiana Taylor.
I was gonna say
and
Tiana
Chris
Taylor.
Brown. But of course, like she's
Yeah.
so hyped.
she's got to be the, and also she was just in that Leo movie. So she's
Yeah,
like
she
got
was sick in-
Hollywood like legitimacy now.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they could just use.
Exactly. Us. We could be the leads. we'll be the.
I mean, she does some cool stuff, like even with the Jabba keys and stuff when she did the tour. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I mean,
saw
she can
that.
dance. Like, I'm not like knocking
fucking
Tiana
sick.
Taylor's dance, but I'm also not running to see a movie that she's the lead in. Like, even in I mean, this might be controversial. One Battle After Another. Have you seen it? Leo, you saw it. I didn't think she was that good. Is that blasphemous?
No,
As an
I don't
actress,
think
I was
she was
like,
that good
this
in
is
there.
average. But like, yeah, to be like, I mean, It'd be so funny if she watches the pod. I love you, Tiana Taylor. Come on the pod with Jay-Z.
Yes, please.
But yeah, I'm just like, just keep it. Or like, if you're gonna do it, You Got Served too. Like, make it like the dancing up to date. Don't try and do the same type of music, the same type of fucking have Telex DJ in it. Do you know what I mean? Like something like current that is actually about the battle scene.
Yeah.
Have like current dance moves, like the way that people are dancing.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, just like, you know, this is my other big thing with dance movies. Is like, if it's a movie about basketball or a movie about like Coach Carter, or there's an old movie with Denzel called He Got Game. It's like the background is basketball, but the story is actually a real story.
Yeah.
And like, it's like Coach Carter's about how this coach and how he deals with this, and it's about his character and blah, blah. And then dance, it's like, can they save the fucking community center? And it's like, with no like character development. It's like, have the characters be dancers and do dancing in it, but
Yeah.
can we have a real story?
That's exactly what I was saying. Like last week, I was just talking about Coach Carter. I'm like, it's such a dope film, but just make a dope film
Thank you.
where they dance as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly that. And it's like, you don't even have to be that, like, they for that Denzel one, like his son was played by an actual basketball player, so that the scenes could look real. But like Denzel can also play, so like it didn't look like when he's shooting and stuff while he's talking, it doesn't look like it's just like just no
Netball.
idea. What?
netball.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think it's like you could get someone like Tiana Taylor who's got a bit of acting experience. Like, there's so many people that can dance, even Common, like Roxy. Exactly. Can act on the level of all of them. Do you know what I mean? So there we go.
But genuinely, there are like a lot of actual dancers in the dance scene that can also
Yeah,
act.
Cuba Gooding Jr. used to be a b-boy.
Yeah,
like
he's so fresh.
yeah, he's actually like he
So
did it on like
fresh.
Graham Norton or something.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah,
oh shit, he's
yeah.
actually decent.
Like, why have you got more style than
I'm sure
like
Jamie Foxx
90% of
learn a
Jamie
top rock.
Foxx can just do everything.
Yeah, like it doesn't. I mean, this is all the oldest fucking crew.
Yeah,
Like, Cuba Gooding Jr., Jamie Foxx. Might as well get Morgan Freeman in there to next. Fucking hell.
But like they're twins, like
Yeah.
they're actors as well.
True. Yeah, they
But
have
like
to be in
get
it.
dancers. I feel like
Get dancers that can act like that. I mean, we spoke about Sophia Butella.
yeah,
But I'm just like, if you're gonna try and redo the first You Got Served, just keep it. We don't need
just
it.
do a separate film.
Just to start again. Just completely start again. Just do a dance film. I mean, I get it. Like, you're trying to build off the like hype of the old one so that we'll pay a ticket to go and see it. They like Hollywood love the existing IP. Like, oh, we'll just do a sequel to that one from like the new Jurassic
Yeah.
Park or whatever.
Call it the same thing, but just do a different film.
Exactly. Yeah. Just scrap everything except for the name and like start again. And if they have the line "You Got Served" in it, because this is.
I know.
Have you heard the clip when they say it?
No.
Have you heard the?
They actually say it in
Oh.
the movie. Oh,
I'm gonna bring it up because it's the most cringe.
Man, this ain't fair. Y'all cheated. Y'all stole our moves.
You just mad. Cause tonight you suckers got served.
Anyway, now having said that, will I go and see it in the cinema? Of course.
yeah.
Of course. I love Marcus Houston. I have to put that out there. Marcus Houston, you can come on the pod with Tiana Taylor and Jay-Z. I'll let you. You can maybe have your own
And
episode.
me.
And Roxy. I used to like this was people are like, oh, Michael Jackson inspired me to start dancing. Like Marcus Houston legit inspired me to start dancing. This is
Really?
after I saw You Got Served. I was like, oh, this is a cool movie. Didn't think about dance for 3 years. And then it was like all the music videos where he was like the sweet boy with his like he would have like a white vest on and like glide up to the girl by the car and be like, hey baby, how you doing? You wanna fucking like all that? And I was like, yo, that is how you get girls, man. I was like, and dead serious,
No, it's
no
not.
joke. I was like,
It's not how you get girls.
listen. Well,
It worked.
I'm joking. No, but listen, that is actually how I've met my past 3 girlfriends. No, I'm joking. I just glided up to them in the street. Hey, girl, what's up? But that was that era of music videos, like even the Chris Brown, like AO, and they're like fucking following them down the road, like, hey, girl, fucking come here. Which would be super weird if you did in real life. But no, genuinely, like my 14, 15-year-old self was like, he is so cool. I want to be like him. I got to learn to glide so all the girls are going to think I'm impressive. And yeah, here we are. Now I'm a podcaster. So yeah, I guess all that to say is I will see it, but don't make it. halt production, but if you don't halt production, I'll buy a ticket.
The Breaking Point storyline was really good.
I did not watch it, unfortunately. Sorry. I
You didn't want to
have...
watch my tremendous acting skills.
Oh, were you in it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What was your part? Go on, give us a line reading. Wait, I'll be the other one. Okay, wait, what was the thing that you had to respond to, and I'll say it. Okay, wait.
I didn't know how offensive I wanted to be.
I can't believe you went on the other crew and sold us out.
You have to
No,
say,
that's what happened.
"Hey, you're Nala."
Okay. Like,
Oh my-
like a flirty way. Or how?
No, you admire me. Wait,
I
what
admire
was
you.
my
Well, like I'm a
line?
young kid.
No, I'm just the best.
Okay, so I've really got to act here. I've really got to get into another realm. Like
Wait, what was
completely
my
separate
line? I
from
forgot.
real
It
life.
was a really weird line. I remember
Yeah,
being like, how am I going to say this normally?
Okay, so I say, "Hey, you're
Okay.
Nala."
Okay,
What do you remember?
let's go.
Let's go. Okay.
No, you have to shake my hand.
Oh, hey, you're Nala. Wow.
Have you ever battled internationally before?
Oh my god. Tell me that was that actually the line? That's really weird. Have you ever battled? Like that's what you replied to someone saying hello to you.
Because I was bitching her out. I'm like,
Have you ever met? Oh, with all due respect to everyone who wrote that movie,
no, yes, respect to them.
but that line is wild out of context.
But the storyline was
People haven't battled internationally before.
The cry.
That's not. Listen, from now on, that's how I'm introducing myself. It's like, oh, hey, are you Luke from the capsule? Have you ever battled internationally? No, it's gonna be. I'm gonna say that to anyone like randomly. It's like I go to the coffee shop and she's like, hey, what can I get you? Have you ever battled internationally before? Oh fuck, Sophia.
I kept saying the
Yes.
word internationally. A bit
That's
messed up.
it's so specific. Like, have you ever battled? And like, yeah, in Manchester internationally. That's the part that matters the most to me. Fucking hell. Okay. So your point was this is a great movie.
The storyline is there's two brothers, Karam and Kelvin.
Yes, I'm aware.
Main
of them.
actors. Boom.
Yep, met them before. They've definitely battled internationally before.
They are step brothers or half brothers.
Okay, half
And-
step brothers. This is getting derailed. Okay, yeah, go on. Sorry, I'll let you.
And they their mum died
Oh,
in a car
damn,
crash.
you made it
I know,
sad.
sad.
Okay,
Sam.
sad. Yeah. Okay.
Their mum died, and then they have beef with each other because they secretly blame themselves for her death because
Aw,
she was
okay.
driving one of them to a dance thing
Okay.
and then crashed the car and then died. And then
So dramatic.
then they grew up like blaming themselves, and then one of them stopped dancing because he was like, it was my fault.
That
But he
does sound like a
didn't
good
say it
story.
out loud. He like
Yeah.
they said it at the end of the film. They're like, but it was my fault, and they're like, no, it was my fault. And it's like they like beefing each other for the whole movie, and then they're in the same crew. They audition for a crew. This girl makes a crew, and then we go to battle, and then they're like fighting each other, and then towards the end they're like, why are you like this? And then and then yeah.
And then it all comes.
But it's a good it's
that's
a good
that's
story.
a good storyline.
Yeah.
Like in the premise of it, like I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's quite good.
All right. You can make Breaking Point too. Fine. I'll allow it. You guys can come on the pod. Sophia, what else we got?
So you applied for a job
Yeah, I did not get that job.
that you didn't get, so I thought we should talk about it.
And now I see the advert, I realise I never had any shot of getting that job. So Oscar Hudson
Yes.
is a director, and he directed a advert for Coinbase,
Coinbase.
which is basically it's so funny because I think it's a reaction to like how much AI stuff is being used for human stuff. So they did a all human AI. Well, they say AI, but it's funny because it's basically just a GTA ripoff.
Yeah.
In a way, not rip-off, but like it's a parody of GTA. But GTA isn't AI, so these things are a bit conflated for someone who's admittedly a bit of a gamer nerd. I'm like, when they say like NPCs, and that's like gaming, and AI is like something completely different.
Don't overthink it.
I am
This is
overthinking.
for the general
True.
public.
Oscar Hudson definitely hasn't battled internationally. And so basically what they did was, they made this, the brief I got anyway for this self-tape, and it was like a big buyout. So I was like, I never like, I don't really work as a dancer in that, especially in the commercial capacity. So I was like, I'm not going to bother. But then they were like, oh, it's, this much for the buyout. And I was like, well, I don't mind entering a lottery. It takes me 5 minutes to do the self-tape. But basically the thing was, there's this, this is the brief that they gave before, was like, there's this like, the kind of like NPC thing that people do, which also, by the way, being a gamer nerd, it's not NPC. Everyone keeps saying, oh, I'm doing an NPC character. That's not an NPC, because what you're doing is you're acting as if you're being controlled by a player. So that's the opposite of NPC. An NPC is a non-playable character. So it's the other extras in a video game. The main character is not an NPC. So when you're acting like you're being controlled by a character, that's not... Anyway, this is not important. What is important is... what?
Sorry.
It's okay. Oscar Hudson, get it together. No, I'm joking. So yeah, they did this thing where basically the concept was this gaming type character, and you had to kind of move as if you're being controlled and walking around, whatever, GTA style. And then there's like the yellow thing over their head that like indicates that that's the player that's being controlled, which is more like a FIFA thing. They would have
Or like The Sims.
or like The Sims, exactly. And then he kind of like starts running away from it, and like the more he gets away from the yellow thing, the more he like becomes human and whatever. Actually, the advert turned out really nice. I think it's really cool. It's like a mini film. Like if he released like a 10-minute short film of this, I think I'd find it really interesting. And yeah, I mean,
It was a good length.
what, 10 minutes?
No,
That was a good, like, you're on the 10-minute thing. Put that with You Got Served Too. Keep your 10-minute film with You Got Served Too. In Room 101.
with Jay-Z
Yeah.
temporarily.
Yeah, Jay-Z, you just in timeout over there. Yeah, so what I thought was interesting is like you said there was a French choreographer that worked on it?
It's Maeva Berthelot, but I don't know her.
Berthelot.
Yeah, and I think she does also like a lot of theater work as well. Like from what I see, she works with Hofesh and Damien Jallet.
Oh, sick. Damien Jallet, sick.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I
he's
worked
sick.
with her on Cats.
Oh, sick.
Check if she's the one from Cats.
She quit.
Well,
Smart lady.
the movie or fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. The buttholes were famous from that. You know about that?
Oh, the buttholes. I thought nothing was famous from that.
No, they
Literally nothing.
gave the cats buttholes, and everyone said that was a very interesting choice for CGI artists to make sure that the cats had realistic buttholes. Look it up; it's very funny.
Focus more on the faces.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah. So with this thing, because I mean, you've done a lot of like kind of especially for someone that's like not a popper, I'd say, but although you do pop in, but like you've done a lot of stuff with like Plague and stuff of like slow motion animation type of movement. So I just thought it's interesting to I guess critique or evaluate how they did it. I think they did a pretty good job of like this kind of NPC, let's call it, movement. What do you find hard about this type of stuff, like when you're doing not necessarily that, but like the animation stuff? Like, what do you think as a dancer is like the hardest part to like master of it?
What do you mean?
Like, because they had, with all this stuff, it's basically animation. So it's basically like that when they're doing these things, they're making it look like a game, but it's like it's all animation and robotics kind of thing. So when you've done that for shows and stuff, is there any parts that you're like, oh, this is much harder to master than the other parts? Or
I haven't actually done much of it. It's like I'll learn a specific routine for a Plague show, and I'm just terrified the whole time and staring at myself in the mirror practicing all night. So I don't look really, really terrible, just a little bit terrible.
Yeah. Well, what is it that you're like when you're in the mirror practicing? Are you like trying to think about just doing what they've told you as a choreographer, or is it like most of that?
I haven't really done like animation stuff though. I was like haven't
like more you've more done like popping straight.
rather than like not the like robot routines or anything. So
Right,
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I think the thing that's hard for me with this, like to execute it, is like you have to, because when the player moves, it's unnatural in the sense that you're the one controlling the person. So you've pushed left, and when they turn left, and it's like, I think as humans, we have so many little like triggers or tells. Like if I'm going to turn left, I'll like shift my weight, start to look that way. But it's like,
all
And-
within half a second. Like you do a million things to make yourself turn left. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I think when it's a video game, even if they're trying to replicate that, it's too long to like you push left on the controller and the guy goes, oh, maybe I'm gonna go left. Like so it just goes boom and like whips that way. But you kind of have to like, and it's also like some things where it's like the body turns slightly before the head or at the same time as the head.
Yeah.
So you get this kind of like whip motion.
And it's like staying, like the feet will be kind of like on the spot. So
Yeah.
it's not like you turn like this.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, we shift our weight in ways to turn, instead of just like swiveling
yeah.
on the spot, which is the unnatural parts of it. And there's also this thing of like when and especially in that, because basically what they're mimicking is like, I want to say like 2000s 2010-ish like era video games. It's not like now video games are not that basic, let's say, as this Oscar Hudson thing, but like the way that they used to do it is like, okay, running would be one animation and walking would be another. So like when you run, it's like you're doing this animation, and then when you go to walk, it's like there's a way of like they go into the animation.
Yeah.
Or like you go up to a door and it'll be like running up to the door,
Yeah.
and then he'll go from running to just like doing the animation of opening the door. And it's like the separation of animations, not animation as in the dance style, animation as in video game animations, is like a really interesting part of this, because you've got to be able to like look disconnected between each. Like when you're running, when you're walking, when you're opening a door, it's separate. And like even you turn and then you walk and then you start running, and it has to feel like jolty and
Separate things, yeah.
which is kind of difficult to do, because in our head, if I know I'm going to go from like let's say running to walking, my run slows down.
Yeah.
So it's like, but you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
run and then stop.
Yeah.
And
Run, walk.
Yeah.
Walk.
Exactly. And that's so hard to like train your brain, especially when it's like if you're doing a dance routine, you know you're doing a dance routine, so you're like, this is not supposed to feel natural when I'm doing tuts. But with running and walking and opening a door, we just have natural ways of doing it, so that it's like it's so hard to go, okay, just do the, I'm acting like this thing, I'm not just opening the door, because you kind of, when you're focusing on one thing for a second, you just open the door and, oh fuck, wait, I was supposed to do it weird and I didn't.
Did you find it hard doing the casting?
Yeah, I mean, because also I don't self-tape a lot
Yeah.
or ever, so I just find it so
I
awkward.
find it terrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, my success rate for self tapes
Really?
versus real life is like
Oh, so you're
1% versus like 90%. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think for me the hard, like there was two parts to it. You had to do one where you act like the thing, the NPC, whatever. Then you had to do another one where it's like a close up and you like run into shot and you're like out of breath and you're kind of looking around to like realize that the thing is gone. So you kind of look around and then you're like, oh, it's gone kind of thing. That was easier in a way because I just, it's so funny. Like I was like, all right, I'm not a good actor. So I'm just going to actually be out of breath. So I just sprinted to the end of the road and back. And then like Jen set the shot up for me and I just ran. I knew we were on the floor where I had to be. So I just like, I'm just going to fucking run in, like sprint. But then the first time I did it, I overestimated my stamina. So I ran too far. And then, so like I ran all the way to the end of the road and then I sprinted all the way back. I'm halfway through the road. I was like, I only needed half of this to be out of breath. So now I get into shot and I'm really like, like snot dribbling and just like, and I was like, all right, let me do it again, but like half the length.
Halfway down, you did the NPC run to walk.
I did it, just
No
slow
time to
motion.
slow down. Just...
Yeah, so that was easy in a way because I was just like, I'm not acting, I'm just fucking out of breath and I just look around. And then the NPC
The casting
thing,
directors are like, wow, you can make yourself sweat? That's new.
the sweat patches on your arms are really realistic. Yeah, and then the NPC thing was like, I spent a while like looking it up and like watching other people do it and like figuring out what the little tells were. And I think like I got a bit better at it like for that. But I think obviously there's more stuff that goes into a casting than just being able to do the skill. It's like,
Yeah.
do you look away? Do you
Yeah.
like, I don't know, even the way you walk, I don't know, can fit into it. But it was interesting trying to like master that movement and like all these things that I'm talking about, the transitions, the way that it's like, I was trying to do something where it's like where they're talking, where you're like, they kind of have this thing where they like do these like,
Yeah. Random gestures that don't really match the
exactly.
words. Yeah.
And it's so hard because like I said, you're used to like if I'm saying something, I would want to be like, and then you, me, blah, blah. But you almost have to make it disjointed
Yeah,
to make
yeah,
it feel like that. And
Do you remember us playing the game where I said dance off beat, but you have to dance good. Dance
It's
good
so
off
hard.
beat is really hard to stay away from the beat every time.
Yeah, because then it's almost like you're saying to do that you have to say, okay, so what else am I going to hit if it's not the
Yeah.
but that's not the point. The point is to
It's like extreme version of that.
yeah.
To like gesture at the point that's not the gesture of your words. Like.
Exactly. And to like look like separately and not to make it into being like animation, but to make it kind of gestural, but kind of, and then there's also this thing that I saw a lot of them do that I tried to incorporate, which is this like gentle like bounce.
Yeah.
So like when you're like standing, you're kind of like this. But then that becomes like, if you're not focusing, you're doing that, or you don't do it, and then you're like, which this doesn't look good either. It's this little like thing that you have to do. It's actually kind of like difficult, and like to disconnect your head. It's like if you're there, I want to like lock in on you, but I have to kind of be like, hi Roxy.
Glaze past me.
Yeah. Which is like, because they were just like shitty graphic faces, just like aim his head in the right direction and that will look like he's talking at that point. But yeah, I think it's a really good advert. I would watch the 10-minute Oscar. I would watch the 10-minute version.
Yeah. Very cool.
But yeah,
Very
I like
good.
it. I think this is cool of like, again, this is what we're talking about when You Got Served. It's like, you're not, the whole point of that advert wasn't people being like, oh, we're robots. It's like, it was a story of him and it just happened to utilize dance skills to tell the story. This is like way better than just like, you know, if the advert was just someone like, and then the fucking thing was like, don't be an NPC, join our fucking bank or whatever this advert is
Do you
for.
think he made it clear that they were people though?
After.
Because it kind of just looks like an animation. Like if you hadn't told me,
Oh, that it's real. Yeah.
because then
That's
I
true.
feel like it's kind of a bit of a waste. Because for me, looking at it, I'm like, oh, okay, and then there's a real person at the end.
That's a good point. Like, does it look so good that it,
Like it should have been like a
yeah.
longer time of like being, or like
10
still being
minutes.
like that.
No, I hear you though. Like, yeah, because it does. It looks so realistic that it's like it might. Because they even, you know, the masks. They literally like took a picture of the person's face, printed it onto like a stocking mask, and made them put their own face mask on, so it looks even more low res on the top, which I think is sick. But
Yeah.
if it works so well that you don't know that it's not computer
Yeah, yeah.
graphics, and those computer graphics are easy to do with a computer.
Yeah.
It's like you just go, oh yeah, I assume that that's the computer.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting is like actually since it's come out, I had to search for the actual advert, and the most thing I've seen on Insta is the behind the scenes. Like that's maybe he did that on purpose to like push the campaign of show how it's done, because all the articles and stuff were like Oscar Hudson does this, blah blah blah. It's all human, like blah blah blah, and then it's like all the behind the scenes pictures. So maybe he's pushed for the articles to be written about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the new selling of like you were saying before, like fighting AI and like this
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it's like, oh my god, like people will see that it's human made, so they're gonna be like, oh yes, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Should we talk about a little review of Body and Soul?
Yes. Rox,
You wanna
we went
start?
see a
It
show.
was shit.
Do you know? Were you there as well? Oh, interesting that you said that. Have you heard of Crystal Pite?
Yeah.
No, she hasn't. What a lying face. Zoom in on her face. Lying ass face. So no. Okay. So we went to see a double bill. One half was Crystal Pite. One half was Cameron Saunders.
That's it.
And this is like more of a thing. I don't know if you know this, but like this is more of a thing that's done in the contemporary ballet world, where you'll have a company that I guess is called like a rep company, and like they're just sick dancers, but they'll bring in choreographers to like choreograph pieces on them. And so this happens a lot where it's like Crystal Pite with what was the Netherlands, the one that she did like the statement and stuff on.
Netherlands Dance Theater.
Yeah, NDT. So like it's like the dancers are from a company, but like the choreographer, whatever. So this is the same thing where it's like a double bill, both halves are the same dancers, but like they've been choreographed by two separate people, basically. Crystal Pite is like one of my favorite. Like she's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, and not in a way like I feel like sometimes like people say like that about ballet or contemporary choreographers, and they're like, no, they're so good, honestly. And then I go and watch, and I'm like, it's just fucking ballet. Like, what do you mean? It's groundbreaking. The Nutcracker was groundbreaking this year, and it's like because they wore pink instead of blue. Like, oh my god, shattered stereotypes. But like Crystal Pite is actually like legit. Like you don't have to know anything about. You don't have to be like in the club to know about that how dope she is. It's just really sick movement, and she has this thing where it's like she dances a lot on like words. So there's a few that it's like one of my favorite ones, the first one I ever saw was called The Statement, and it's like a 10-minute extract from, it's probably not part of a longer narrative, but it's like the voiceover of like let's say like the middle of a movie or something, right? And it's like two characters talking about something's happened, and they're like, oh, we need to make a statement, like, how are we going to do this? Like upstairs, they need to know what the answer is. What should we do? And it's like this whole conflict, and it's a bit mysterious. But the dancers are like fantastic, like contemporary dancers, but they're like, it's something that we could do in the street dance scene where it's like they're moving to the words. So they're like, even like the breaths and stuff. So they're like, what should we do? And like they'll do like a big like thing and then come back up, and it's like all on even the syllables of the words, and it's like fucking so cool. So she did this piece. It was all in French, which is cool, and I understood. You'll be happy to know, like,
Wait.
I'm going to say 85% of it.
Nice.
But it was very simple.
Yeah.
I saw your face. You're
like
nice.
droite gauche. I think you can get it.
Yeah.
Is there no music? Is it just the
This one, well, yeah, it kind of got into music-ish. Like, basically the way it started was like, it's kind of like, she's done a few like this where she's kind of, I don't know if it's her speaking, but someone speaking. Like,
No,
almost...
it's a French actress.
Ah, okay. Sick.
Yeah. From Comédie Française. Yeah.
Nice. Giving like instructions. So basically in English, it's like the guy's just standing there and it's like right, left, right, left, right. And then it's like he walks and then he stops and then it's like, and again, right, left, right, left, right. And then he's like, figure 1 moves to figure B and grabs the face, something like that.
Yeah.
Like figure 2 starts to move the body, pause. Figure 1 goes and it's like, and then it goes right, left, right, left, right, and it's just like these, and they're like nailing it on the thing.
Sick.
And then it kind of, as the piece goes on, it starts to turn into like almost like, you know how a hip hop choreographer would like sample that and make it into so it's like at first it's like right, left, and then it'd be like there's like 20 dancers on stage and it's like right, left, right, left, right, right, left, left,
Yeah.
and it's like
that's sick.
they do also, and they're killing every part of it, you know. And then there'll be like some like soundscapes and
Yeah, that's how it feels more like a soundscape than actual track that they don't do. Like they just remix like the lyrics to make it like a rhythm pattern.
Exactly.
Things like that.
And she's done some
Sick.
before that I've seen, where there was one called the
Assembly Hall.
no, before Assembly Hall, the other one, I want to say Reviser, but basically
That's so cultured.
I know, right? This is the only choreographer I see. Like it's so funny because I was saying to Jen, like every choreographer that I can say, like, oh yeah, I know about their work, is only because they've been on a double bill with Crystal Pie. I'm like, oh, I've seen Wayne McGregor. I've seen all because I was there to see Crystal Pie. But she did one at the Reviser, which was it blew my fucking mind. Is that basically she, like, I don't remember which way she. Yeah, I think she basically told the story first. So like she acted it out, I think with like word, like it basically is like a play, like a voiceover of a play. And it's like they go to the door, they knock, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. They do this scene and then they start it again, but it's like instead of the words, it's the exact same movement, but it's her basically doing the like choreographic, like, okay, so the guy walks up to the door, he knocks once. No, he knocks twice. Then he opens the door and then it's like, no, maybe, and then he like goes back and it's like, so no, maybe he walks up like this and then he knocks like this. And it's like her thinking out loud, but they're acting out her thoughts of how she choreographed the scene.
But that's her trademark. Like she does that in every show. Like I'm just realizing now that you're saying it. Like every single show I've seen her, she does this thing of like repeating like the sections.
But this is, I mean, I have to shout out Marceau because he told me this when I was choreographing something where he said like, because I was like, I phoned him one time and I was like, I'm fucking stressed. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've got no ideas. Help. I was just fucking panicking outside of rehearsal. Like, there were dancers inside waiting for me. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Fucking help me. And he was like, one thing he said was like, a good motto is like, exhaust the material. Like, take one thing. Like, don't try and think of new stuff. Just do everything you can with this and then move on. And I think Crystal Pite does that. Like, she sets up like one scene and then like just makes a whole 30-minute piece out of like, what is essentially like a 3-minute. I think this is what we're terrible at in the hip hop scene. We just burn through moves and we never revisit them, especially in like showcase world. But yeah, she just takes like, you know, a phrase and it's just like fucking duet, like, you know, whatever. So that was really good.
Yeah.
Now the second half,
Shit.
was not a fan of, I have to say. So Cameron Saunders is a choreographer that's worked with like Taylor Swift and like really big deal choreographer as far as I can tell. And like, I don't think, I'll say this up front, I don't think he's a bad choreographer. What I do think is that piece for me didn't work with this format. So basically it's like the way the piece was like this like character came out like all dressed in white and was kind of doing like robot-y kind of movement. And bear in mind, they're all trained ballet dancers, so the like material they're using is ballet moves, I guess. He does all these like kind of robotic movements or whatever, and he's kind of saying like, you need us, like you think everything's perfect and everything's not perfect under the scenes, and and it's kind of like a bit like over the top, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever they're because at first I was like, what is happening? I don't understand. And then it's like a section that's like the first section is like they're just doing ballet in like pretty clothes, and it's almost like a musical vibe, right?
Yeah, it's very like classic ballet vibe.
Very
with, like the
classic.
circle and
Yeah, like even the moves are very like what you'd expect of like.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, all right, I don't like this, but I'm giving it. Maybe they're making a point. All right.
Yeah.
First of all, that section went on for too long for me. I was like, all right, I get this
Interesting.
thing. Let's keep it going. Then there was this kind of like horny section in the middle, which is actually my favorite part.
Really?
Of course.
I was just
Naturally.
like, what is
if
happening?
the whole piece was that, I would like it.
Yeah, if it was,
Yeah.
I think it didn't make. I get the thing of like basically the idea was like they first they wore like colorful clothes, and then the idea is like they're stripping them out of their like
Clothes.
like like physically yes, but it's more like meaning
She's
like
trying to
like the
romanticize it, you're like
identity and individuality like going off to be like become like kind of like all the same.
This is the non-horny.
But why were they having like fucking
Yeah, it was very like all the like they were walking slow with like low lights, and it would be like they would carry each other, and it would be like.
is that the
Like,
only
this is the,
way
like-
to express like liberty and freedom of like who you are? You
Yeah,
get
but maybe
me?
it was supposed to be a sexual thing, which I'm not. I mean, I had a whole conversation. Oh, was it Harry we spoke about this with last week on Patreon?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that being a topic if that's what you want
Yeah.
to do with it. But yeah, so they have this whole thing where they're like, taking off the clothes and whatever, blah, blah. Then, this is where it got crazy. Then they changed the scenery, right? To be like, so like they started lifting up so the guy in the white came back and started doing this robot solo again for a bit too long, in my opinion, in my uneducated opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And they start taking up the floor like bit by bit so that it's like a white floor because he's all dressed in white. Then they like drop the back thing down so that it's all white. Then they bring out these two like side panels and it just takes so long. They're redoing the entire scene to make it a white stage or like live. And you're like, yeah, all right, we get it. Then they do this scene where like everybody comes out and they're like in all white with like these shiny helmets that look like space suits kind of thing. And they're doing these like they're walking around like they're aliens or something, kind of. It's very like on the nose. Like even when they're walking, I hated the walks. Like they're walking like across the stage as if they're like in charge aliens, and they're like this, and it's very like over the top. Like for me anyway. And I didn't quite get what the message was. They kept coming out, and it's like after the horny part that I'm calling it, like the guy in white comes back out and he's like, you see, this is what's been under the surface and like disgusting. And I was like, oh, I thought that was kind of cool. Like, like they make it like as if they just showed us something disgusting. I was like, well, if you want us to be disgusted, you got to push a bit hard, do something crazy to make it like really simulate the sex. Do you know what I mean? Like do something. Yeah. There was a couple like suggestive poses, but it was just some vaguely sexual moaning that wasn't even really bad. It was just like heavy breathing now and then, and them just like moving on each other. It wasn't even really like that sexual to be like that. But then he's like, see, that wasn't that disgusting, and everyone's like, not really. Watched way worse. But
way worse on my phone right now.
yeah, for real. No, just open Instagram, it's way worse. Yeah, so then the last scene was just like that. But for me, it was like I said, it wasn't bad, but it's like it felt like this could have been a Taylor Swift concert. And like she could have come out and been a part, and it would have been like a kind of campy, fun, cheesy kind of thing. That like a 15-year-old who loves Taylor Swift would have been like, oh, this is so fun. And then there was a spaceship that took off and whatever. I just think it didn't work for that environment. And not because you can't take these type of choreographers and put them in. I think it's actually a great idea. And this is, I think, Jen that brought this up, in the sense that like it's good for the ballet and contemporary to like try and bring some like fun pop culture choreographers in, because it's been so dead for so many years and like so like elitist, and like I said, you have to pretend you liked it and it was just the same shit you saw last year. That like now they're bringing in these fun choreographers. Oh, let's bring in Taylor Swift's choreographer to like jazz this shit up, and it really wasn't the it was loud and bright and fun, and like I love that in essence. But I think the part that's been missed here for me
It's the content.
is the content. Exactly, is the content. And it's like the thing is, no matter what you do, this is a space to go deep with your art in a way.
Exactly.
And it wasn't, there was no layers or depth to it for me.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like that's the only part that got missed. Like the tone of it, the bringing in that type of choreographer, disrupting the space. I love all that shit. I just, if you're gonna come in, like I made this example to, was it you? No, Lauren. I was talking to on voice note, and I was like, do you know Michael Bay, the director? He does like Transformers.
Oh yeah.
Any of the any of the like big explosion bullshit, like Transformers or like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, like this is all Michael Bay. Like whenever you see the big American flag and explosions and girls in tight tops sweating, like this is all Michael Bay shit, right? And I was saying to Lauren, it's like if you bring Michael Bay to do like, let's say, a deep movie about, I don't know, something like Malcolm X, I said, you get Michael Bay to do Malcolm X's biopic, right? It's like, it's not to say he couldn't do it, and it's not to say that that would be a bad idea. He might bring a really fresh take than like someone like Martin Scorsese or whoever else, right? Spike Lee, etc. But if Michael Bay's gonna do that, he can't do a typical Michael Bay. He has to bring his expertise and make it deeper and more layered. And I think this is kind of the analogy for this choreographer, where it's like you came on but just did what you would do for Taylor Swift here and didn't really dig as deep as I would have liked. Personally.
I feel like I just saw exactly what I expected.
Really?
And that's why I'm like disappointed, I guess. Like I agree, like for me, like depth, especially when you're after like Crystal Pite, and like her whole thing about like connection and like the way she explores it is crazy. So
She is, it's really like me doing a judge demo after Empty Pop. It's just like,
yeah, it's literally
you
that.
gotta be real careful about, like me going after Empty Pop and trying to do a whole round of or like Future, and then I go next and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do a tutting round. It's like, no, don't do anything else.
Just go and recite a poem.
Yeah, just fucking slam poetry all of a sudden. I might break out my top rock. But yeah, I mean, that's why I think it's like they went wrong. But I mean, all right, this is our how many capsules section. So
Yes.
How many capsules you giving it, Soph? The Night. We're reviewing The Night.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'll go 3 or 2.5. Like for me, Crystal Pite's piece was just like perfect.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have asked. Like it's what I expected in a good way.
yeah.
And then the other piece, no, you know what? I'm going to be more generous. I'm going to go like 3.5 because I like all the elements of like bringing him in, changing I like the different tones. Like Crystal and his piece were very different. The Night itself was good. It's just, I'm also thinking as a choreographer.
Yeah.
So like if I'm just a normal person, I'm like, oh, that was fun. Like, and not think that much deeper into it. Am I like analyzing it more?
Yeah,
So I'm going to go
I hear
3.5 to be generous.
Sounds
Okay.
like he's more of a creative director, but didn't really choreograph.
That's not a bad take. Yeah, I don't know. Because even the movements for the beginning and end were, there was a few like things that you could tell were like made up, like as in he choreographed this type of like weird shape. But the rest was mostly just ballet.
But he is classically trained.
He is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, let's say it's like me choreographing a locking piece, and it's like I would creatively direct all the thing, but it's like I'm like, all right, give me a footwork move here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, maybe he did that and just like threw in the, okay, we're gonna show me a move. Yeah, all right, do that across the stage because I need you to travel, but I don't care about. I don't know.
Interesting.
But if he's classically trained, maybe it's
yeah.
he knows more of the stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't in the process, but from what I read, it sounds like he knows what he's
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think he just tried to bring him to the stage, and it's like we would have liked maybe a bit. Me personally would have liked a bit more in between. Like I don't want you to pretend to be theatre, like, if you're not,
Yeah.
but I also don't need the Taylor Swift concert on
Yeah.
at Sadler's
Without Taylor Swift.
without Taylor Swift. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't have even. I mean, also it's a demographic thing. Like I wouldn't have liked that
Yeah.
with Taylor Swift, without Taylor Swift. Like it's just not my vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I hear that. All right, guys.
Hello.
We want to start this new thing.
Okay, what is it?
So basically, here at the capsule. So basically, like every time we bring guests, we want to do this little thing where I ask you a few questions, and just I want you to answer like honestly.
Each one, no comment.
And it could be things about like, you know, giving advice or talking about your experience or things like that.
And are we both answering these?
You're both answering this.
Are we doing it? We both answer each question, or does she do all of them, then I do all of them? You're in charge.
You both answer each question.
Okay.
Yeah. You could even
But you go
debate a little bit if you want, but not
Could even
too-
what?
You can even debate a little bit if you
Ooh,
want.
you're wrong.
All right.
What's the best piece of advice you've been given? You're wrong. No, it's not. You've been given better. Okay.
All right.
you-
So, yeah, let's start with Roxy. First question. What do you think dancers are neglecting most in their practice right now?
Ooh.
Being good.
Max.
Is that your answer for real?
What do I think dancers are neglecting?
Yeah, in their practice.
Oh gosh, I was not prepared for this. I don't know. It's so vastly different for different dancers. I feel like knowledge is a big one for younger dancers in terms of like knowledge of history and foundation. And I mean, I don't know if that's specifically breaking, but definitely like knowledge of where it's come from and everything. I don't know. So many things.
Great answer as well. All of it. I would say this is not going to come as no surprise to anyone that listens to this podcast. But for me, it's like the thing that they're neglecting in their practice is like figuring out who they are and what they want to bring to the table. I think a lot of people, and again, maybe we're talking about different things from different styles, you know. But my experience is like a lot of dancers spend so long trying to do things right. And like, I think knowledge in the sense, I agree with you in the sense of like, you've got to know all the stuff where it comes from, but then what you do with that knowledge has to be up to you. It's not like, okay, what are the right popping moves to learn? It's like, that's not how it works. And it's like, it's like chasing, I don't know, like a wild goose chase kind of thing of like, you're going to try and learn all the right moves to be accepted. And it's like, you're never going to be accepted by doing the right thing. The only people that, or not the only people, but a lot of times the people we celebrate the most are the people that have a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding, and then go, but I'm doing it this way.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
exactly.
like, this is how I see the thing. This is what makes me different.
Yeah, knowledge and identity together, because usually people have one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be me. It's just like, get good, but spend a lot of time, at least 50% of your time figuring out who you are and what you want to bring. And for me, I don't know if it's everyone else. I suspect you're like this. But for me, it comes as a reaction to being annoyed. Like if I go to watch a battle and I see everyone dancing a certain way, I'm like, well, I'm going to do this now.
Yeah.
Because you all do that, so I'm going to do this. Or like, it's like a reaction to like, what's the popular way of doing things, I guess. Or,
Yeah. I've always been like that with everything. Like, what's the popular way of dressing? I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm like, oh, I love them kicks, but I don't want to buy them
everyone's
now
wearing
because other people are wearing them. Like,
But this is, a lot of people are doing the opposite. where they're
a
like,
lot of people are not
oh,
like that.
everyone's wearing those shoes. Where can I buy them? I'm like,
But
that's
I
not.
guess, like,
I don't know.
not everyone is meant to be like a superstar.
Yeah.
Not everyone is meant to be like
I mean, that's
number one.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
everyone's meant to be like at the forefront of like,
what we do.
yeah.
And I guess also that's the other thing, if I'm being fair, is like, some people dance to find community and friends. Like
Yeah.
they don't want to. I've always had my friends. And I'll discover them through this shit. But I've never needed the scene for community. I needed it to like make an impact or do something. So I'm always like, all right, how can I stir shit up? How can I be different? But I guess if people want to be like, I just want to be a part of something and you know, kind of fit in. I don't think that's maybe necessarily bad.
I mean, I always wanted that. Like, I always wanted to have community and
Yeah.
fit in. Like, that was kind of what I had breaking for. But then I was always a weirdo and I never felt like I fitted in. So then I've always been like separate. But
Yeah.
then I guess it's kind of been
But then you
good
find
for
your
my
community from
career.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and career. Yeah, true. Fair.
Yeah.
Next question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
You got to stop us. I will.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah, it's okay. If you could go back and change one thing about how you trained earlier,
Ooh,
like what would you do?
that's an easy one. I would have trained.
I would have done it.
No, I'm not allowed to say lazy anymore when you believe you have ADHD.
There we go. Positive framing. here.
No, I would have trained harder and listened to negative voices less. Because I had a lot of just throwaway comments, but it's like, if you're like just going on about your day and someone's like, you're ugly, and then they don't think about you ever again in your life, that you're going to be like, what the hell, I'm ugly, and it's
Yeah.
going to affect you, and you're going to hold that. And then when it happens like multiple times throughout your like breaking career, not saying I'm ugly necessarily, but
I'll say that.
like but when people are just throwing in little random negative things, like it really impacts you.
Yeah.
And that, I feel like that held me back a lot throughout my whole career.
I feel like maybe I'm talking way out of turn here, but I feel like you were one of the like early B girls this side of, like, let's say Europe at least, to get like a big profile.
Yeah.
Like there was, when you blew up, were there many other B girls that specifically had like a big, maybe there's a few.
There was
but
probably like 5 in the world, really.
yeah, right.
Like,
That's what I thought.
Consistently, like, yeah.
Big. So it's like, I imagine you're also getting a lot of like the criticism that maybe people are like, obviously I'm like saying it's like a misogynistic type of thing or whatever that people
Yeah.
would put on like B-girling, and now maybe like everybody gets the shared shit
Yeah,
of those arseholes.
absolutely.
But
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
probably getting not only the thing about you, but
100%
about-
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And B-girls are like this, and you're like, well, just because I'm the only one, let me introduce you to someone else.
Yeah. And also I would have not dated any B-boys ever, because that definitely
Oh,
negatively
because of that.
impacted my whole...
Oh, that would have been part of that, right?
Yeah.
I would have probably like, as in specifically training less mentality, or
Anything you want, Mike.
I think like when I was younger, I never really like believed I could actually be good. So I was always like, oh, I want to either, and I mean, maybe it's arguably like how I got into like podcasting or filming. I was always like, oh, let me be like doing other stuff, or be, you know, in a crew with good people, or, you know, film the good people, or because I never kind of had that belief like I could be one of the good people. And maybe it's like a mix of like laziness, and maybe I didn't train as much as I could, but I think I did all right considering I didn't like push that hard. But I think it would have been nice to go, because now I almost have that feeling, and now I'm like, it's funny because now I'm like, I actually know enough that I think I could get really good if I wanted to. Like, I'm not saying I could win Just a Boo or something, but I think, you know, in the next 5 years, if I really like dedicated that, I could give myself like an international presence, like, and become like a name or something. Just because of how much I've learned over the years. I'm like, now I know the blueprint of how to do it, but now I'm just like, I don't know if I can be bothered. Like, is there any point to dedicate 5 years to something that is like, I'm not going to make that much money off, just to like prove it to myself? But I'm like, maybe this is like an easy thing to say if I'm not doing it, but I would have maybe done that when I was like 18 and been like, all right, you just need to know the right way of training and what to do and how to like tick all these boxes or whatever it is. And like, you could actually be decent. And that's not specific to me. I think anyone could be. It's just, you just need the right blueprint. And it's also like, I mean, longer topic, it's also like marketing. Like, I feel like when someone gets good, some people, like, I've seen a few dancers, I don't know if it's like negative to say, so I won't say who I'm talking about, but they get good and some of them just I'll tell you after. But I mean, you'll know, there'll be examples in breaking like this where some people get good and they just stay in their country, and like when you go to that country you're like, fuck, this person's good. Some people go on a little promo tour where it's like they get,
absolutely. That's what I did immediately.
Voilà.
Before a year I was traveling.
and
But
you
it's
go
like,
and
it just
hit all the
makes you
battles. Yeah,
get so much better. Like,
yeah, it improves you, but it also shows people who, and
Yeah.
if you've been killing it at the last 6 battles, 7, 8 and 9 are probably going to hire you to be a guest or judge.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that I think people miss. They just do dope in battles and then they think like, oh, the call all comes. It's like, no, you got to be out there doing the press tour, the rapper going on all the radio shows.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go out and, you know, make noise in all these places. And that's like the type of thing that I traveled, but I just more traveled to have fun and make friends and stuff. I never was
remember
like,
that was one of the things that people were like cussing me for.
Really?
It's like, oh yeah, she just gets brought out to this, and I was like, I found out who it was, and I was like, what events have flown me out? And he was
Right.
like, oh, this event. I was like, I flew myself there and there and there. I slept at the airport there.
Yeah.
I met someone at this event that I flew myself to and asked if I could sleep on their couch.
Yeah,
Like, you just
it
do
makes
it,
a huge
and
difference.
then eventually it starts to like you start to get brought out, and then people are like,
because
oh,
people
yeah,
recognize you.
there's someone
and-
there.
Yeah, and it's also like oh fuck, I had a point that I lost. I don't think it matters.
Sorry.
Next question.
Next question. What's one song you could battle to forever? Like, you'll never get tired of it.
Ooh,
Like, when it comes on, you're always
I've
hyped.
got one I can play.
Go on.
No, do yours
Go
first.
on.
Do yours
I don't
first.
know.
What would be your judge demo?
Oh, that's a good way of thinking of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Oh, sorry.
Do you have one? You're allowed to not have one.
Yeah, if you don't have one, that's okay. Oh yeah, I think
This
you
is
played that a
like
million times.
it's so annoying because I love this type of like. There's a few others on that realm. There's also one that Nobinaga get. I have to shout out Nobinaga because there's so funny. I don't know if I spoke about this before. There's a song that like they played in SDK. I'm gonna actually find it. SDK 2011, like the crew battles, and I fucking loved it. Here it is. I love it. It's such a like. I don't know. Maybe people aren't gonna like it, but basically, when I heard that,
Play the intro.
well, when I heard that song, I messaged him on Facebook, and I was like, "Can I buy it?" Like blah blah blah. And basically, he replied. Like we laughed about it later, but like he replied being like, "Forget you ever heard it. Like you'll never get that song. Just you might." He said something like, "It's never coming out. You might as well forget you ever heard it." Like, and I was just like, "Ah." Cool, man, thanks. And then, and then later, because we actually know each other now, and like, I spoke to him about it, and then he was laughing so much. He's like, "Bro, I'm so sorry." I was like, "No, it wasn't like, you know, I didn't take it bad." And then he wrote me back like 10 minutes later. He's like, "Bro, it's actually my brother put it online." So he said, like, I got the song like, 12 years later or something.
That's so funny.
But yeah, that's one of my like. It's also like I don't want to ever dance to it because it's like I won't do it justice. I've loved it for too long.
Oh,
It's like meeting like Christina Milian now. Like I can't hit on her. Like I spent too long being in love with her. So I'd just be like, no, it's fine. I don't need to have your number. Do you know what I mean? No?
don't ruin it.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Don't talk to me because you
I
might
can't
ruin it.
disappoint you. Like I put you on this pedestal. I don't want to disappoint you now. That's what I would do to that song. Okay, Judge Demo song. Come on. Oh, sorry. What was it? Favorite song? No. Song you could battle
Song
to.
you could battle to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's no song that when it comes on, you're like, I'm gonna fucking smoke you. No.
I don't really like most breaking music.
What about non-breaking music?
Yeah, but then I'm just like,
That's okay too. You like to do that.
I don't really like breaking.
Fair. You don't really like breaking. That's the thing. That's what you would do. It's like, what would you do in your training if you had to go back, start popping instead?
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easiest style. Oops. Shouldn't have said that.
Fun style.
It has to be by far the easiest style.
I think maybe like when I go training, I always put Do For Love, Tupac.
Ooh, good choice.
And I'm always just like,
That is a banger.
Yeah.
And it's like pacey enough
yeah,
to dance to.
yeah. I'd dance to like R&B and
We'll take it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nice. I
Does
like
the
that.
question master accept?
Yeah, I accept. Next question. Who is someone in the scene that pushed you the most? Like someone, if you had to mention like someone that like, supported you or you admire or like, yeah.
Renegade. It's definitely one of them. I feel like I kind of like missed the pockets of his like proper training because like he was like training people properly and then I started. And then I kind of missed it. But yeah, he's just been such a massive influence on like the whole UK scene. It's just like unbelievable what he's done for the scene. Love you, Kev.
Aw.
But yeah, and in his rudeness and cussing me and betting that I was going to lose a battle, betting money with someone that I was going to lose a battle.
Did you lose?
No, I won. I didn't even know. I knew afterwards.
I was the other person.
This b-boy came and was like, did you win? I was like, on the way back from the event, I had a big check. Them giant checks. And he was like, yes! And I was like, wow, he's really happy for me.
Yeah, I've won
Because he
money.
won £10. I was like, you
fucking
dickhead.
amazing.
But yeah, you need a little
yeah,
bit of
like,
like, you need a bit of a dickhead sometimes.
That is true. That's why I have you in my life. Who's the person that pushed me?
And Brooke, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Silently.
Brooke is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can also be someone that just inspired you like heavily. They might not even know.
Can I be annoying and be like, it's a lot of people? Like, I don't
is.
have one because, like, this is the thing. When I'm always, I mean, I do this because I love the scene and stuff like that. But like, I'm a little bit defensive sometimes, especially when people complain about the UK scene and they're like, you know, this or that, or the UK scene is like this. And I'm like, I have never in my life needed something and someone from the scene hasn't got my back. Like, I've trained hip hop with like the best people. Like, I've trained hip hop with very good people from overseas, but the best people that we've had here that teach hip hop, like Kashmir trained me for free for a while. Clara has helped me. I trained at Kev's for a long time. Like a lot of my popping knowledge is from training at Kev's. Like, I've business wise, like I remember like reaching out to Brooke and asking him some like personal business stuff of like, how do I charge for this? How do you charge for this? Like, and he had no reason to like answer me. And he like gave me a full breakdown, like, here's my rates and all this type of shit. That's like, I've always had that, even from the very beginning when I was like, oh, I want to learn, I don't know, about hip hop or something, and like put it out on Facebook. And then someone like Turbo would be like, all right, bro, yeah, come through. I'll teach you what I know. Like, there's been obviously a lot of bullshit along the way and a lot of people that I didn't get on with. But I don't know, I've always felt this thing from people of like,
It's what you put out though as well.
yeah.
Because like, Brooke's not going to come up to you and be like, hey, would you like some advice? Like, most people
You have
don't
to
do that.
ask,
But
but yeah.
like, yeah, if you have that genuine energy
Yeah.
and you just like go and speak to people and ask, which is kind of what happened with my breaking. It's like, I'll be like, teach me something. And then I'd end up like building
Yeah.
my skill set. But that's what you do in like with. all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to like, yeah, all of those people that I mentioned, like, are probably people that have pushed me in the scene. Maybe, I mean, I also have to mention like the guys I started dancing with, like Lee, Mus, Abe. Like, I think there's a lot of stuff that like none of us knew and we were just figuring. I mean, you knew us at that age and we were just doing whatever. But I am grateful for the mentality that we had as a crew, which was never like, let's try and fit in, let's try and, you know, do what we're told. It was always like, let's just do what the fuck we want, have fun, create cool shit. Like, and we looked up to the people that did that. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't get in with like, not the wrong crowd as in something bad, but as in like the wrong crowd that like, that's not true to my personality to be like, oh, let's fucking be dance nerds and learn all the stuff and do it properly. And like, I'm just like, no, I want people that are like, yeah, that's how everyone does it, but what, fuck them. Like, let's do it how we want to do it. Like, I love that energy.
Yeah.
And also like battle energy. Like, I'm glad I came into a crew early that was like, nah, like you have to fucking compete and go at people and not.
Yeah.
Like, I love that energy. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm grateful for a lot in terms of my journey of like
Yeah.
through this.
Do you remember Ollie,
Ollie?
who I used to dance with? I used to do like jump off with him.
Oh, he did the Ruthless show. Did he have like an afro? Yeah, he did the Ruthless show with us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That the
Yeah.
first one.
He was one of my biggest like supporters.
Oh,
But I feel like that's what you need, because you had a crew. It's like you had a group of people that is like,
had your back.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've kind of like been alone, and then like I started off with Ollie, and then he like kind of left the breaking scene, and then it's been like
Yeah.
one individual person that I've had like throughout the journey. But yeah, there's been a few. Sorry I didn't mention you all. Love you
Yeah,
guys
I mean,
though.
it's hard to mention. Everyone, yeah. Accepted? Question mark, sir?
Very nice. And last but not least, what do you think is a non-dance skill that generally made you a better dancer?
I think mine. You said it's skill.
Yeah.
So I think mine was like the understanding or knowledge of like competition through like battle and through like basketball and like playing sports. So like when it came to the battle scene, like I know a lot of people that grew up in the like artistic world, then they get into battling and they're like, oh, what's all this? Or like cypher battles and everything's a bit intense and this guy's in my face like and like for me, when I saw that I was like, oh yeah, cool, like basketball, like this is what we do, like and it never was a thing for me because it was like it's exactly the same when you play it. Sometimes I think sometimes this is why I'm a bit like, you know, not dancers are pussies, but like sometimes in battles when it's like, oh, this was a really heated battle, like this was a bit too much, I'm like, Bro, like I used to play some
We're
basketball
dancing
games.
at each other.
Yeah, we're dancing at each other. Also, it's like the thing with basketball was like it was physical. So
Yeah.
it's not just trash talk. It's an elbow to the ribs. It's being pushed on your ass. Like it's
Yeah.
stuff that like you're doing it with a bit of malice when this person that's like, and also me, I'm fucking short. This like 6 foot guy goes bang. I'm like, you did that to hurt me, and that's like I have to just toughen up and be like, hey, part of the game, get back up and get on with it. And now it's like, oh, this guy like pointed fake guns at my face. It's like, all right, like it's not that. Do you know what I mean? It's not that I can handle this. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Because worst it's ever going to be is like someone's doing a wave in your face, like you say. It's not like that bad. So as much as like it's difficult and it's scary in air quotes when you have to answer back with your dance, and it's like you're in a room full of people that are fantastic dancers and they're all on that person's side, and that part is scary or nerve wracking a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit, but it's not like it doesn't worry me outside of you know
Yeah.
what I mean. So yeah, I'm
boxing
grateful for
match.
that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
punched in the face really. But yeah, well,
Unless you're battling me.
Green Tech elbowed me in the face once. It's my claim to fame.
Green Tech elbowed you in the face.
Yeah, and then
purpose?
immediately said sorry. Like stopped dancing in the middle of his round to say sorry. He's actually it's so funny because for whatever his reputation is of being like hardcore in battles and stuff, he's always been so sweet to me. And yeah, we battled at this Floor Rippers thing years ago. It was like a 3-on-3, and he was battling. He did something, and he like went to do that, and like,
Who was he battling with? I did floor rippers with him.
it might have been you. It might have been you. It was a 3-on-3. Do the like live music thing.
Yeah.
It was in Shoreditch on that one that's on the corner. I
Oh,
forget name
the
of
one
it.
that we did was Brixton.
Ah, it
Oh
would-
no, it was Shoreditch. It was,
Was it?
Shoreditch.
Maybe
yeah.
maybe maybe it was that. Could have been. I don't even remember who was on my side. But yeah, he like done that without looking. And,
Oh,
like,
okay.
caught me
Oh,
on
it
the
was an
chin, and I
accident,
went
yeah.
like that, and then he like immediately just stopped. It's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then just okay, cool.
Keep smoking, you know.
Oh, fuck, you could have just stopped the round there.
That round doesn't count.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Ow.
No. But yeah, why did I say that? Yeah, no, yeah, because no one really fights. Yeah, skill from outside.
Communication, I think.
That's
Like
true.
different types of communication as well. So like, I feel like my ability to just be awkward and be like, "Hello, nice to meet you. Teach me a move."
Yeah.
Like I just do that all the time. I still do that now. It's really annoying. Everyone's like, "Okay."
Yeah,
But yeah.
but it's
But then I learn stuff. So
yeah.
and then even down to like communicating annoyingly and like arguing with my brothers from younger, I feel like that's given me like the battle mentality where I can be very annoying and like
True.
bring out the full potential of my personality dependent on the environment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, actually, that is your battle style. I feel like annoying.
Annoying little sister.
Yeah. That's true. I've very rarely seen you like get angry in a battle. I'm sure it's happened, but like,
Yeah.
I feel like you're more like,
But yeah,
oh,
more
you want to
annoying.
talk shit? Like, let's.
Yeah.
I'll be
Even though like with my brothers I would get angry, but like I kind of like turn into Brooke when I'm battling instead of fighting him because
Yeah.
that never used to work for me.
sick. See, good strategy. Anything else? Or is that it?
That's it. We can move on to Patreon.
Boom! All right, we're going to move over to the Patreon, guys. And for those that don't know, we have a Patreon page. You can find the link in the description. But this is where we have all the behind-the-scenes chats. We're going to talk about all the stuff that was bleeped. We're gonna hear about what it was. So if you want to know, it's not going to be okay. And yeah, Roxy's going to do more weird shit like that. She's going to do the whole Patreon episode in a handstand, like she did on her BC1 announcement. And yeah, man, catch us over there. Thanks for tuning in.